Alright, so the streaming is happening fine. Welcome everyone. I have YouTube link opened on my other device to check if everything is working fine. So, good morning to those who are watching this as a recording and to those who are watching this live. My name is Bhavuk Pujara and I'm taking this short session on what you can do in these last 2 days, not even 3 days left now, right, to your MAT 2020 exam. I'm not going to talk academically, but I'm going to talk what you can do say mentally prepare yourself, physically prepare yourself for the exam that we're looking forward to, which is MAT 2020 on this Sunday. Right, this is not the right time, I would say, to prepare for anything right now. You can simply revise the concepts. That's what I'm going to discuss. What concepts you can revise in QA, especially, right? And what should be done besides that. So before we begin, if you have any questions, if there's anyone on the session who has any questions, please let me know. Let's wait for a minute for people to join in and then we'll begin. चलिए start करते हैं. First of all, we're going to talk a little bit about what you can do today to revise the basic concepts and prepare yourself well for QA section of MAT. I would say pick up arithmetic. आज के आज solve 100 questions on arithmetic. And these 100 questions should be distributed amongst all the topics at time and work, TSD, ratios, etc. Okay, then pick up number systems. I would say solve 40 to 50 questions on number systems. These should be again diversified, distributed amongst topics like remainders, units digit, number of zeros, HCF and LCM. Just do this today and a percentile like a 95 percentile is assured if you do this well, these two chapters well. Okay, in VARC you cannot do much. I would say just revise how to find out the tone, the summary of the passages. Vocabulary, there's nothing much you can do, so do not even touch it. It's just going to confuse you more. Vocabulary is like an ocean of words, right? If you pick a vocabulary right now, you're going to get confused, and whatever you know will be not even encouraging you but discouraging you. Then comes DI. Again, there's nothing much you can do. LR, nothing much you can do. If you want, you can practice say 5 sets from previous years and MAT exam. Again, LR from 5 sets from previous year MAT exam. And then GK. LR and AR is what I'm talking about together. Then GK, whatever reference source you have been referring to, you've been reading from for GK, I would say open that up and revise. Just go through archives of past 6 months. That is it you should do today and early morning tomorrow. Okay, this is about what you can do academically. You must understand that the time to prepare is gone now, right? It's past. It's just time to perform. Now, how to prepare yourself mentally and physically for the exam is something we're going to discuss next. So, important tips, important last minute tips for MAT 2020 YouTube session that I'm taking. First one, last minute tip number one. Remember that it's not do or die anymore. Do or die was your preparation period. It's time to simply replicate what you have learned. If you think that the exam day is a do or die situation, no, you're wrong. You've done it all wrong. Do or die was your preparation period when you had time in hand. That was do or die situation for you. What you're going to do in the exam is just going to be a duplication, a replication of what you have been doing all this while. There's nothing you will experiment in the exam. There's nothing you will explore in this exam. And you can't afford to explore either in such exams. You just have to be a robot who is looking at a question and answering simply. So do or die is not now. It was a preparation period. Just replicate what you've learned. Last minute tip number 2. Catch up on enough sleep. You know you don't perform well under pressure, right? And when you're not performing, when you're not sleeping well, again, there's a lot of hormonal changes that happen in the body, right? You think that you're going to wake up for another hour, another 2 hours, and you're going to do something great, you're going to learn something great, but that's not true. That's not going to help you in any way. So catch up on enough sleep so that whatever you know, whatever you have learned, whatever you have practiced so far is retained. अगर आपने अच्छी नींद नहीं ली है तो जो आपने पहले पढ़ा है वो भी भूल चुके होंगे आप, right? And it's a undue pressure that you're putting on yourself. This pressure is not required to be put on yourself. Okay, so catch up on enough sleep starting today. Take some rest. If you think that you woke up early today, I'm sorry to be taking this class this early too, right? If you're preparing well for your math exam, you would be on off today, probably taking rest, revising. And revise not under pressure. Revise very casually as we have discussed the topics that you should. Last minute tip number 3. Adjust your body clock. Wake up every day as if it's the exam day. Some people have this habit of before the exam, say for this math exam, this whole week you must have burnt midnight oil, right? You must have learned late through the night, right? But these 2 days, today Friday and Saturday, and of course Sunday, you're gonna wake up at the time when the exam time is, but you have to adjust your body clock accordingly. So wake up every day as if it's the exam day. So for example, if the exam is at 10 o'clock, right, wake up at 7 o'clock, wake up at 6:30 these 2 days. So that your body clock is adjusted. एकदम से शॉक ना लगे बॉडी को संडे को कि भाई मैं तो सोता था 7 बजे, आज की डेट में उठने को कह रहे हो मुझे 7 बजे, right? The body doesn't work that way. Last minute tip number 4. Control your taste buds. Very important right now. I've seen people struggling, right? Because they got a bad stomachache in the exam. That was a CAT exam, much more pressure. But I've seen my own friends struggling because they got food poisoning, right? And in the name of chilling before the exam, they went out partying and they fell sick the other day. So although they took exam, but it was really a struggle for them. So you don't want to get there. Why add that undue pressure? You should be like physically and mentally fit at that time and there focused. So control your taste buds, avoid junk food. However, how much ever craving you're getting right now, control yourself. Do it after the exam. दोपहर को जब आप मैथ एग्जाम देकर आओगे तो सब कुछ आपने करना ही है. मैथ बीइंग द लास्ट एग्जाम ऑफ दिस होल सीरीज ऑफ दिस सीजन. इसके बाद जो मर्जी करो लाइफ में, राइट? Avoid junk food, party after exam only now. Do not put that undue pressure on yourself. You need to control your buds. Last minute tip number 5. Remember, it's not the end of the world. A lot of you must be there जिनके ना तो CAT में अच्छा स्कोर आया होगा, ना ZAT में, ना IFT, ना NMAT, ना SNAP, na CMAT, right? And they're relying on MAT right now, this last exam of the season. But remember, it's not the end of the world. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. You prepared, you performed, right? Probably there were some gaps in preparation or there were some gaps in performance. There could be two reasons that you couldn't score well, right? Next time, if you take a decision to appear next time, work on your weak areas. Work what happened, what went wrong, right? Work around that. You prepared, you performed, it didn't work out, there were some gaps. Figure out what those gaps were and work accordingly and prepare accordingly next time. And we at Unacademy are always here to help you out. Reach the venue on time. Last minute tip number 6. You don't want to worry about something that trivial that day. Again, it's an undue pressure. कि भाई मैं टाइम पे पहुंच पाऊंगा नहीं पहुंच पाऊंगा, ट्रैफिक में फंस गया हूँ, राइट, रोल नंबर भूल गया हूँ, या मेरे को एंट्री देंगे नहीं देंगे, एंट्री तो 9 बजे तक की लिखी है लेकिन मेरे को लग रहा है मैं 9:05 9:10 तक पहुंचूंगा टॉप्स मैक्सिमम. So this is an undue pressure. Even if you reach after that, say 9:15 9:20, even if you reach and you're allowed to enter, ये pressure आपके दिमाग में हमेशा रहेगा. First 15-20 minutes will be ruined, will be wasted, right? So reach the venue on time. You don't want to worry about something that trivial that day on the exam day. Last minute tip number 7. You face a moment of panic in the exam. Happens with a lot of people, even with 99 percentilers. एग्जाम करते करते पेपर करते करते there's a moment of panic. ऐसा एकदम से लगता है अरे यार what am I doing, what has happened, या things are not going according to plan. Take a break of a minute, take a deep breath, drink water. You can afford a break, trust me. 1 मिनट 2 मिनट 3 मिनट की ब्रेक अगर आपको रिफ्रेश करती है आपका माइंड, then it's worth taking it. क्योंकि वो 3 मिनट में अब वैसे भी सिर्फ 3-4 सवाल ही सॉल्व कर पाओगे, ठीक है. अगर वो 3-4 मिनट की ब्रेक लेकर अगर आप वापस आते हो वेरी एनर्जाइज एंड वेरी कॉन्फिडेंट, आई वुड से इट्स वर्थ इट. वो 3-4 क्वेश्चंस आप बाद में कवर अप कर सकते हो. सो टेक अ ब्रेक ऑफ अ मिनट, टेक अ डीप ब्रेथ, ड्रिंक वाटर. इफ इट हेल्प्स, लुक अराउंड एंड टेल योरसेल्फ दैट यू आर श्योर बेटर देन them all. This is something that worked for me. Moment of panic happened in my CAT 2014 exam. Looked around, I told myself that I am better than others. I can do it. It was just to tell myself that I can do it. Because such exams, competitive exams, are very challenging at times, mentally, psychologically. Right? So these were some last minute tips to refresh yourself, to rejuvenate yourself mentally and physically. And after the MAT exam, if you realize that things didn't work out for you this season, and probably you want to take CAT 2020 or ZAT or IFT or SNAP or NMAT or even MAT again next year, right? And if you're looking for mentorship and some online sources you can study from, I would say read about Unacademy Plus. All right, we are educators here on this platform for past 1.5-2 years now, teaching live. First of all, we were onboarded and we uploaded some lessons, static lessons, 8 to 15 minutes videos. My profile has around 750 videos around that. Okay. So there are people like Arun Sharma sir, who is a pioneer for CAT preparation in India, and a lot of others, Meenakshi Upadhyay ma'am, who are teaching on this platform along with us people, along with someone like me who has appeared for CAT himself and have been through the journey that you guys are on the way of. Right? So read about Unacademy Plus. We are launching a lot of courses academic and other mentorship sessions, mentorship courses on the platform Unacademy to help you prepare for your competitive exams. And use the coupon code Bhavuk Pujara to avail an instant 10% discount. You get access to structured courses, live classes, weekly quizzes, doubt clearing sessions, and mentorship sessions, and mega quiz, and mock tests, and much more. Right, at nominal price. If you take a subscription of 12 months, the price of the subscription is around 1,400 rupees. Then you use the coupon code Bhavuk Pujara and you get another 10% discount. So it effectively comes down to around 1,250 rupees per month, which is a very nominal price. Right? So I hope this session adds some value. Good luck for your math exam, which is due day after tomorrow. Last minute tips, as we discussed, were do not panic right now. It's not a do or die situation anymore. The preparation period was a do or die situation. Right now, it's just the time to replicate what you've learned. Last minute tip number 2 is catch up on enough sleep. You don't perform well under pressure, and catching up not well on your sleep brings a lot of hormonal change in the body, and you tend to forget what you've already learned. What is your strength becomes your weakness too, right? So a lot of flips happen if you don't catch up enough on your sleep. Last minute tip number 3, adjust your body clock. Wake up every day as if it's the exam day, right? Control your taste buds. Avoid junk food right now. Party after the exam now. I took an example of my friends who were appearing for the CAT exam. Before the exam, in the name of chilling before the exam, they partied and they had a lot of junk food and things didn't work for them. They fell sick with food poisoning and undue pressure in the exam. Last minute tip number 5. Remember, it's not the end of the world. You prepare, you perform. The result is a factor of your preparation, your performance, right? If the result is not good, there's something wrong with the preparation and performance. Realize that gap. Realize that there was something that was lacking in your preparation and your performance, and work on that in the next attempt, right? So when in the exam, remember, it's not the end of the world. There's much more that the world can offer you than this single exam and its results. Last one, tip number 6, reach the venue on time. You don't want to worry about something that trivial that day. कि भाई 10 मिनट लेट हो जाऊंगा, 5 मिनट लेट हो जाऊंगा, मेरे को allowed होगी नहीं होगी entry. Even if you reach late, sometimes they allow you to enter, but there's a lot of argument that goes into it. A lot of discussions happen. A lot of form filling happens. That they ask you to sometimes write an application that you were late and things like that. So why do you want to take that pressure on the exam day? You simply want to focus on your exam and your performance. Moment of panic in the exam, very common, very natural. Even a 99 percentile faces something like this sometimes. Moment of panic. ऐसा लगता है because the kind of mocks you have been taking, the kind of preparation you have done, exam में वैसा आप replicate नहीं कर पा रहे. Something is going wrong. Time is slipping, right? You planned, for example, कि मैं पहले 20 मिनट में 20 question solve कर लूँगा, या GK मैं 5 मिनट में ख़त्म कर दूँगा, 7 मिनट में ख़त्म कर दूँगा, but it's been like 12 minutes और GK तक ख़त्म नहीं हुई है. So a lot of such situations happen. They're testing you again. These situations test you on your capability to become an effective manager, right? क्या आप अच्छे स्कूल से MBA करने लायक हो या नहीं as a candidate is something they test you on, right? So if you face such a moment in the exam, a moment of panic, I would say take a break like I'm taking right now. Drink some water. This is not a moment of panic. This is a moment of thirst for me, right? Give yourself like 2-3 minutes. 2-3 मिनट में वैसे भी कुछ उखाड़ नहीं सकते. क्या कर लोगे? 2 या 3 सवाल सॉल्व कर लोगे 2-3 मिनट में, राइट? अगर आप ब्रेक लेते हो, डीप ब्रेथ लेते हो, पानी पीते हो, राइट, तो 2-3 मिनट से रेस्ट करके 2-3 मिनट रिफ्रेश होके जब आप वापस आओगे, यू विल कम बैक स्ट्रॉन्गर, राइट? सो इफ यू फेस दैट मोमेंट ऑफ पैनिक कि भाई 99 चाहिए मेरे को, तो 99.98 चाहिए मेरे को, तो बिकॉज आई वांट एंट्री इनटू JBIMS, 99.5 से काम नहीं चलेगा, एंड थिंग्स लाइक दैट, and things are not going as per the plan, right? Also take a break, take a deep breath, remind yourself this. Remember, it's not the end of the world, okay? But come back stronger. Drink water. If it helps, look around and tell yourself that you're sure better than them all. This is something that worked for me. My first attempt, my first such big competitive exam was CAT 2014. I faced that moment of panic in the exam. जो मैं मॉक में परफॉर्मेंस देता था वैसे टाइम बॉक्सिंग नहीं हो पा रही थी, right? I looked around, I told myself that, hey, I'm sure better than them all. I can do it. So I reminded myself that. And I came back stronger. Okay, this is what you should do. So I'm going to keep the session open for a couple of minutes. If there's anyone who has any questions, any specific questions regarding math or anything else that they want to check with me, please let me know in the comment section box. Again, talking quickly about academics. Do arithmetic, solve around 80 to 100 questions today. Easy level questions, already one question. Pick up number systems as a chapter. Solve around 40 to 50 questions. That's it in aptitude. QA is what you can do. इससे ज़्यादा कुछ मत करो is just not worth it right now. Right? Then DI के लिए if you want past year math paper उठा लो और 4-5 सेट सॉल्व कर लो DI के. Past year math paper से LR और AR भी सॉल्व कर सकते हो आप 5 सेट्स. VAR के लिए there's nothing much you can do. Vocabulary पे फोकस ना करें इस टाइम पे. The time is done with. The time's gone to read vocabulary, to learn vocabulary for this exam. अब आप कुछ नहीं कर सकते vocabulary के बारे में. Let it be. RC skills थोड़े अच्छे होने चाहिए, critical reasoning skills थोड़े अच्छे होने चाहिए. And GK of course जो भी आप source use कर रहे हो उसको खोलो और archives पढ़ो. Simply पढ़ो for past 6 months and you're good. Okay? And if math doesn't work out for you and you plan to take CAT 2020 and other exams that follow, also read about Unacademy Plus. You get access to live courses, structured courses delivered by us educators, top 20, 25 educators on the platform. Right? You also get access to weekly quizzes and doubt clearing sessions, mega quiz, mock tests, a lot of mentorship sessions that we conduct. Right? Use the coupon code Bhavuk Pujara to avail an instant 10% discount. Alright, I'm waiting for people to post any questions, any doubts, any suggestions that they may have for our next sessions. Alright. No comments, no questions coming up. People who are joining now, this is the time to ask some questions. You can watch the recording later, what we have discussed, last minute tips for MAT 2020, academically, what you can do, and mentally, how you can prepare yourself in these last 2 days. We're open for any doubts, any questions that you may have right now for next couple of minutes. Alright, it's too early for a lot of people to join the session, I understand. And the session got delayed also by half an hour. We'll wait for a minute more. And if no questions, no doubts, no comments come in, we're going to close the session. So people watching this as a recording can close the session if they think that there's nothing significant for them to understand beyond what we have discussed already. So remind yourself, it's not a do or die anymore. Catch up on enough sleep, adjust your body clock these last 2 days, control your taste buds. Please do not eat any junk food, and please have a party after exam now. Remember, it's not the end of the world. Remind yourself that even in the exam. भाई इतना घबराने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, टेंशन लेने की ज़रूरत नहीं है लाइफ में. ये नहीं होगा तो कुछ लाइफ में बहुत बड़ा नहीं हो जाएगा. I can come back again next year. Reach the venue on time. You don't want to take that undue pressure and moment of panic in the exam if you face. Take a minute, take a deep breath, drink water, drink enough water, and look around. So I hope you enjoyed the session. I hope it adds some value what you can do in these last 2 days. Nothing much is what we discussed. Academically, 2-3 चीजें आप कर सकते हैं, and to mentally and physically prepare yourself, this is what you can do. These 7 tips, right? If you guys have any questions, if there's any gap you think is there for you to fill in these last 2 days, anything that you come up with that you want to check with me, please get back to me on the platform Unacademy. If you're a Plus subscriber, of course you can reach out to me in a more personalized way. But if not, if you have credits while you learn on an Unacademy platform, you earn credits. So if you have enough credits, you can message me on the platform and ask your doubts. Right? I would love to help you in any way. And also you can post your comments in the on the YouTube channel also of Unacademy. Right? But there are a lot of comments coming up on YouTube channel, so we prefer that we interact, we educators and learners interact over such issues, over such queries only on Unacademy platform. Right? So I'll see you there, and I'll see you again next time, say next week. If you're one of those who think that math is just like a casual attempt and you're not very serious about it, but you are serious about the next attempt next year, next season, which is CAT 2020 season, then come back and you'll see a lot of special classes, a lot of YouTube sessions, and a lot of Unacademy Plus courses that I'll be launching starting next week. The first one being launched on 7th of February and the second one on 15th of February, right? I'll be helping you prepare for your MHCET exam also, which is due in March. I'm launching an Unacademy Plus course on Plus platform. And then for CAT 2020 subscribers, I'm launching a course on Introduction to Number Systems for CAT 2020, which is the base, the foundation of quantitative aptitude section for all the exams that you're looking forward to, that you're looking up to. Okay, so read about Unacademy Plus. And again, if you think math is your last attempt, I would say read this. Go through this session, go through the recording, and come back to me if you have any doubts on Unacademy platform by texting me there, by sending me a message there if you have credits. All right, chaliye. Have a good day, guys, and good luck with your exam. I hope you perform well, and let me know before the exam in these 2 days if I can be of any help. So goodbye and good luck.